It's your girl La, and you've tapped in with a touch of Lotus. And tonight is Entrepreneur Spotlight. And my special guest for tonight is no other than Tyrone Hines. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
I'm glad about that. How you feeling?
Hey, I can't complain.
Yes, that's what's up. I'm happy that you came in this evening. So we're gonna get into how Tyrone, came about and what he's doing as of right now. So before we even get into your businesses, which is Man Up for those that don't know, and also he's producing the movie Trust No One, which is coming to you this spring. So be on the lookout for that. But we'll get into that. So Tyrone, for those that don't know, give a little background story.
Well, my name's Tyrone Hines. I'm the founder of Man Up
Mm-hmm.
organization. I'm the executive producer of Trust No One, a film that I'm filming. We done filming. I done this film with Nakis Backus, so
Mm-hmm.
we just in the editing process of that. And I'm 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 born and raised in Syracuse, New York. Just got out of prison about 3.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did like 26 years. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I mean, I can go on and on, but that's just the short version.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yes. Okay. So I know that you were incarcerated for what? You did 20 years, right?
26.
26. All
Yeah.
right. You were granted clemency, correct? Or
Well, it wasn't clemency.
mm-hmm.
It was just based on an argument that I had been presenting
Yes.
for the years. It just happened. Donald Trump made the law retroactive, so
Yes.
it went hand to hand. So it wasn't like clemency. It
Mm.
was just a strong law that was supporting my position all along that that came about.
Right. Now, I mean, I'm quite sure everybody might know, but for those who don't know, Tyrone, why did you get incarcerated?
Well, I was selling drugs,
Mm-hmm.
selling drugs, and um, they thought I deserved a mandatory life sentence for the selling the drugs, So
Right.
yeah, so I ended up doing 26 years for selling drugs, which I tell everybody selling drugs ain't right, but you
Right.
know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they thought mandatory life was my punishment.
Right, which I think is a little bit outrageous, being that you were a non violent
Yes, yes.
offender. So I do feel like the sentencing that you received was a little bit steep, kind of a little outrageous. As far as that going, during your time incarcerated, what kept you, the hope of life for you? Like, I'm gonna make it out of these walls one day.
Well, well, my hope was like I tell everybody, I always try to find something to do. One of the things was my book.
Mm-hmm.
When I first wrote my first book, and then it went on sale and it sold out like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
and they still talking about it
Right.
over almost 30 years. Almost 30 years later, they still talking about that book. So
Right.
I said, damn, if I can write something down in jail and do something in jail and people go crazy about it and the story was not true, but
Mm-hmm.
people thought it was true. So
Yes.
that gave me hope that I could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the book was a start,
Mm-hmm.
but it gave me hope that man, I could do anything, even get my freedom back.
Right.
So it was finding something constructive to do in prison
Mm.
that kept my hope alive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So seeing that I wrote something down on words to make a whole city react,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Right.
and make people talk about it. I mean, it really gave me. So I always kept looking forward to
Mm-hmm.
finding something to do.
Right.
After the book, I was looking for the
Mm-hmm.
next thing, and those projects kept me going, kept me hope, kept me motivated.
Mm-hmm. Now, upon your release, coming back into society, did you face any backlash for those who might have felt that you should have stayed behind the prison walls?
I mean, nah. Only one who probably wanted to see me stay
Mm-hmm.
stay behind the prison walls was the prosecutor, right?
Right. Okay.
But back in the '90s, back in the '80s,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people who probably thought that if you sold crack, you know what I mean? They thought crack was one of the worstest drugs you can sell, right?
Right.
But as time went on,
Hmm.
people started realizing crack was no different than powder,
Or any
right?
other drug. It's a drug.
Yes, you see what I'm saying? So what
Yes.
happened was then, like you say, I never had no murders. I never
Hmm.
had no violence on my case or nothing like that,
Hmm.
right? But they gave me more time. And like I tell people all the time,
Life, was the
yeah,
sentence, which is crazy.
not just life,
Whew.
but I had what you call, and I explain this to everybody, I had what you call the top drug kingpin charge.
Right.
That's the most serious drug charge in America, right?
And I quote on Syracuse.com that was one of the biggest kingpin drug dealers in Syracuse in history. Okay, you guys. So
You know what
know
I mean?
what
So
magnitude, whatever we're talking about here.
what happened was
Mhm.
somebody thought that I deserved a mandatory life just for selling crack. You see what
Mhm.
I'm saying? But that's why I had to stay positive and stay doing things in jail too, because I knew a day was going to come
Right.
that somebody was going to make a decision.
Mhm.
Should we let him out
Mhm.
or should we keep him?
Mhm.
But my track record in jail, I had a clean record.
Mhm.
I always kept doing things. I helped many people get home back to their family. Just someone just came home a couple of weeks ago
Mhm.
from Syracuse that I had got their time knocked off too. So what happened is these are the things that the courts knew about,
Mhm.
right? The events that I was doing in the community while I was behind
Mhm.
the wall, right?
Yes.
It's just things like that I could have been doing other things, having a life sentence.
Yeah.
I could have been in there doing a lot of negative stuff,
Right.
giving
Still
up.
acting like street life behind the walls.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
It
But
happens. Yes.
yep, you know what I mean? But I knew it was gonna come a day
Mhm.
if the judge ever had to make a decision, hey, should I take a chance of letting him go
Mhm.
or should I keep him? It's dudes in jail right now that they judges had a chance to do the same thing
Mhm.
and kept them, right?
Mhm.
It's because my judge felt like, I changed,
Yes.
The track record showed that, I ain't had no incident reports, right?
Mhm.
I stayed out of trouble,
Mhm.
And not only that, like the judge said in his report,
Mhm.
even with a life sentence, you still continue to do things and
Right.
fight your case,
Right.
help other people get home,
Mhm.
do community events,
Mhm.
and do other projects like
Mhm.
my books and stuff, right?
I mean, but that's easier said than done. A lot of people don't have the willpower. Once you hear a sentence of 25 to life,
Yeah.
I would have fainted and said, died, came back again, like I'm about to do life, and died again. Like that's a
Yeah.
lot to take
Yeah.
in. That
Yeah.
takes a
But
strong willed person. So hats
I'm
off to
I'm
you for that.
I mean, if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this interview with you,
Right, exactly.
So so you know what I mean? But that's a thing that a lot of people in prison they give up hope. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that, there's a lot of dudes in there that can just deal with the time. Everybody got their own different way of dealing with the time.
Yes.
It's just that I use, writing books, writing movie scripts,
Mm-hmm.
helping people get out of prison. You know what I
Right.
mean? Taking programs. I
Mm-hmm.
try to take a college course,
Okay.
but that's what kept me going.
Mm-hmm.
Other people might choose another path. You know what I
Right.
mean? What worked for them. You
Right.
know what I mean? So, I mean, but everybody know that it's gonna come a day where somebody gonna have to make a decision and put their name on it. Hey, should I let this guy out? You know what I
Right.
mean? And you see how many times a person done got out early and they turned around and done something crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
now that make judges say, damn, I don't want to let nobody, you
Take
know
a
what I mean?
chance on people,
Yeah, you see
which
what I'm
is
saying?
true. Yes.
So I tell everybody too that what I done, it wasn't just for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the path that I have to stay on right now
Mm-hmm.
is not just for me.
Correct.
You got guys behind me trying to make it home.
Right.
So I gotta walk a straight and narrow because I can't mess it up for them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you got guys might come up in front of about a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
the federal lawyers wrote an article about me
Mm-hmm.
and my success being back out here, right?
Yes.
And they wanted to show the judges that, hey, this guy came out after doing 26 years
Mm-hmm.
and look at it, the success he's having.
Right.
You know, he's staying out of trouble. He's doing what he got to do and more, right?
Correct.
And the reason why they wrote that article and submitted to judges is guys that's behind the walls, behind prison, even women's
Mm-hmm.
that deserve a second chance,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So some judges feel that, man, that's it. I done sent you to 20 years. You're going to do these 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But the article was to try to show these judges that, hey, if a person deserves a second chance,
Correct.
take a chance on them. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
people do change. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that article was about
Yes.
when the federal lawyers got together and did that. So what happened is,
Mm-hmm.
Amisha, I still have to walk a straight narrow line because I know it's somebody coming behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's somebody motion either on my same judge desk or
Mm-hmm.
some other judge's desk,
Mm-hmm.
and they got to sit back home and say, "Hey, listen here, I got to take a chance of letting this guy out, or
Mm-hmm.
do I keep him in for the remainder of his
Mm-hmm.
time?" So, you know what I mean?
Okay. With that being said, is that how Man Up came about?
Now, Man Up came about is because
Mm-hmm.
people been saying Man Up for years,
Yes.
right? Then they had a program in the prison where I was at called Man Up, like classroom settings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I always told this guy from Ohio, I said, man, people don't know if I ever get out, I'm gonna start a program called Man Up
Mm-hmm.
because with anything you need a good title.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like when you talk about my movie, Trust No One, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about Man Up, right? You always need a catchy title to start something.
Which is true.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So really, that's how Man Up came about, right? I was trying to figure out, what I mean, what's a good catchy title, catch people attention. You know what I mean? But I
Mm-hmm.
also needed a foundation
Mm-hmm.
coming back home, right? I mean, it wasn't nothing wrong with going to work with some other organizations or, just doing that. But
Right. I don't mean to cut you off. Let's talk
yeah,
about that. How did you navigate coming out and then getting back into society and maneuvering and becoming like basically an entrepreneur?
because when I was in prison,
Mm-hmm.
and we just mentioned it, right?
Yes.
Doing my books,
Mm-hmm.
doing my community events,
Mm-hmm.
and doing other things,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I was still in society, right?
Feel you on that.
So those
Okay.
things helped me.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the movie Trust No One, right?
Right.
I wrote that script while I was in jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
The movie was the book, what I wrote,
Mm-hmm.
that's the movie about.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote all that in prison,
Right.
right? Federal law,
Mm-hmm.
I learned in prison,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
I took classes such as, to be a drug counselor.
Mm-hmm.
I took all different types. Got my GED in prison, right?
But can we keep it real for a moment?
Yes,
Did you combine your street savviness with your newfound education of entrepreneurship, business, and combine it in one? And do you still feel like that was how you were able to, like, I wouldn't say easily navigate, but a little bit more
I mean, of course,
relaxed?
because that's gonna
Okay.
stay with you.
Yes.
Once you did the things that me and my organization did in this town,
Mm-hmm.
and the things we did, whether it was good or bad,
Correct.
then you feel like you could do anything,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's bad or good.
So Tyrone is Superman.
Yeah,
Got it.
and that's the way I feel that. I feel
Okay.
that if
Nothing
I
wrong.
can if I can if I can write books, I can write movie scripts, I could go on be a drug counselor, right?
For sure.
I could do all that in prison.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't nothing I can't do out here. You
Okay.
see what I'm saying? But those things what helped me
Mm-hmm.
have the confidence
Mm-hmm.
to be successful now. You know what
Yes.
I mean? I didn't like I tell people all the time, I didn't wait till I hit Salina Street
Mm-hmm.
to start doing what I got to do.
Okay.
I was doing what I got to do when I was behind them walls. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you could say that my street skills
Mm-hmm.
and knowledge and whatever combined with now,
Yes.
yes, it put me in this position where I'm in now.
Correct. And I think that's brilliant. So there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that
yeah, nah.
at all.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, So that's where that. But a lot of people, they wait till the doors open
Mm-hmm.
to the prison to come out and say what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you got to start on it in there. And like going back to what you said,
Yes,
it takes a strong willed person
for sure.
to have 20 or 15 years thinking like, man, what I need my GED for, right?
Right.
Because I got to do these 15 years. Man, instead of going to class,
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm going out here in this rec yard, walk the rec yard all day. You see what I'm saying?
Not
So,
at all.
Lamisha, I used to tell my homeboys from Syracuse, if I walk the yard every day with y'all,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to still be in here,
Correct.
right? So, so I say all that is that a lot of guys do
Mm-hmm.
make changes while they're in prison,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But a lot of guys don't, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So, and I think that's the difference, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? You know, take advantage of the programs. Take advantage of what they got to offer. You know what I mean?
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
I do get it. There are like plenty of programs out there to help, those that were incarcerated previously to come out, maneuver in society. However, some still fall short, and sometimes it's due to finances. Like, what did you do when you came out to, have money in your pocket? Did you get a job? What did you do?
But see, just like anything else, Lamisha, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I built the drug organization,
Mm-hmm.
I built it from nothing, right?
Uh-huh.
A lot of people think that they can't start with nothing, right?
Okay.
And people probably get tired of me saying this, right? When I built Man Up,
Mm-hmm.
guess what I started with?
Nothing.
A grill, some hot
Okay.
dogs,
Okay.
soda,
Okay.
right in the parking lot. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But look where Man Up have
Yes.
made, right?
Yes.
From a little grill, nothing.
Right. So like a really nice organization.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but a lot of people feel that they need a lot of money to do something.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people need grants to do something. And I'm not saying that, you know, that they can't get that or
Mm-hmm.
don't use that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But sometimes you could just take a good idea,
Mm-hmm.
some hard work,
Mm-hmm.
some confidence,
For sure.
right? And some motivation,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you can make anything work, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But coming out here having a job is part of it, you know what I mean? Because not only is you working and you making money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're keeping your PO off your back, you
For
know what I
sure.
mean? You keep it, you know what I mean? You just keeping your life balanced.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times when I go to work at the hotel,
Mm-hmm.
I'm around a lot of different people for 8 hours.
Right.
Owners of hotels,
Mm-hmm.
maybe 50, 75 hotels, right?
Mm-hmm.
You seeing different people, all walks of life coming through that hotel,
For sure.
right? So now I come back and now I'm on this side of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Where I'm still grinding. I'm still trying to make things happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it keeps me balanced. So some people might not feel, hey man, I don't want to work at no hotel. I don't want to work at no,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? They
Yes.
feel that they don't want to work
Yeah. Excuse us.
at no hotel.
Mm-hmm.
But working right,
Mm-hmm.
and some people might come out and get their own business. It's whatever works for you. You know
Correct.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever works for you, whatever is best for your situation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But some people never get to where they're going because they worry about the finance part.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Take take whatever you got, appreciate it, and if it's something good, a
Mm-hmm.
good idea. See this trust no one jacket?
And by the way, y'all see the drip, right? It's
Yeah, you see
nice.
that?
Yes.
A guy from Syracuse, he live in Virginia, right?
Okay.
This is clothing line, right?
Okay.
Right? But
Okay.
you see the connection, right?
Right.
You see starting from over here,
Yeah.
leading to, I'm not gonna call it a worldwide movement, but
But it's gonna get there.
you know
I
what I mean?
visualized it
You know
like
what I
that.
mean?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but you have to start from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I agree
And
with that.
don't worry about having a lot of money to start something. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So.
I mean, guess that's a hustler ambition, right, you guys?
you know, you just gotta make it. You just gotta make it work. When I came home, right, I rode the bus to work, right.
Mm-hmm.
Part of it because I wanted to see the view. I just, enjoy it. But
Mm-hmm.
another part of it too, I wanted to show people that you got to do what you got to do,
To
right?
get to do what you got to do.
Yeah, sacrifice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You hear some people say, "I ain't get on no bus."
Right.
You know what I mean? For what? You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes.
But but me riding the bus
Mm-hmm.
allowed me to meet and run into some things that help in my business.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So riding the bus had its advantages, you
Right.
know. So if I wouldn't have rode the bus,
Probably would have
a
met
couple
some
of
people.
things wouldn't. You see what I'm saying? So my advice to people is, whatever it is, whatever you trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
have confidence in yourself,
For sure.
and just have that motivation and just keep grinding, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I was at a group meeting last night, and a guy looked at me and he shook my hand. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna tell you something that you did when you came home that is real hard to do."
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think he was gonna say this, right? But he said, "Man, making a movie is hard to do when you coming home, right?"
Oh yeah, I would imagine. Like you
See?
got so many. Now, when you came home, I don't mean to cut you off. Were you free as a bird or
No,
parole?
I'm still on paper.
Jesus, they don't
You
for
see what I'm
real.
saying? Yeah. So,
Oh,
but once you're doing what you got to do,
yeah.
then you're not gonna have problems. You know what I
Right,
mean? Your PO is not gonna mess with you. You know
right.
what I
And you're
mean?
on a straight and narrow path anyway, so it's
Yeah,
like, who
yeah. You see what I'm
cares?
saying?
Right.
So, what the dude told me last night, and I've been thinking about it all last night while I was home,
Mm-hmm.
because that's something that ain't easy to do. You know what I mean?
Oh,
To come home, right, and 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 film a movie,
mm-hmm.
right, with all different people from all walks of life, right,
Mm-hmm.
and complete the movie, right,
Completed.
and at the same time building my life up, getting my life back on track, right.
Right.
It ain't like I've been out here and
Right.
then filming a movie.
Right. You just hopped right in.
Yeah, but I'm
Phew.
doing everything at the same time I'm building my life back up,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that guy really made me think about that last night,
You're right. And I bet you felt proud of yourself. Like, see.
Yeah, because you you're not gonna see that too much. Not to say that a guy got to go to prison to
Mm-hmm.
write a book.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wrote my book,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote my own movie script,
Correct.
and I produced the movie from it. You're not gonna see it because a book is way harder than writing a movie script.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see once a person film a movie,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see him do another one, or she'll do another one. A script, you can write a script
Mm-hmm.
in 5 days
Okay.
if you got all it right. But a book,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta, yeah,
Sit and
details.
sit and
You
sit.
see what I'm saying? So that's what
Excuse me.
that's what I want to do too. I want to encourage all the authors, not just from Syracuse,
Mm-hmm.
but in the surrounding cities and everywhere, that if you already wrote a book, get the book that teach you how to write a movie script
Mm-hmm.
and turn your book into a movie,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you already done did the hard part, you
Which
know?
is the book.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, but anything I've done, anything I continue to do, I'm always gonna be proud of myself because at one time, you know, I wasn't supposed to have these
Right.
opportunities.
Right.
You know, I wasn't supposed to be sitting here with you with the bright lights aiming on us. You know what I
Like, what's
mean?
going on, y'all?
You know what I mean? So yes, everything I do and
Mm,
anything I continue to do, I'm always gonna be proud of myself, and I'm always proud of the people who help me with my projects, who believe in my vision, right, and who all support me. You know what I mean?
correct.
So I'm always gonna be proud of that. Let me.
Which I think is huge. And I know Syracuse for a fact supports you. I saw you on Syracuse.com, the Post Standard. So I
Yeah.
definitely feel like Syracuse is in support of your movement with Man Up and as well with the movie that'll be coming out, Trust No One, the movie. Now, as far as the movie goes, when can people anticipate that coming out?
Well, to be honest with you,
Excuse me,
everybody
y'all.
everybody know that I've done the movie with Nikes Backus, right?
Yes.
So Nikes,
Excuse
he's
me.
in the process of editing the movie. You know what I
Yes,
mean? So that's a process
it is.
that you know what I mean. It's not an easy process, but you know that's a process that I have to wait on him. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? To you know like
He's got to do his magic, yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean. So what happened is, but eventually I want to learn to be able to work a camera and edit it because I know my work drive, right?
Hmm.
Soon I leave from here with you,
Hmm.
I'll be home editing, right?
Right,
Soon I leave from here with you, I'll be filming the next scene.
right.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because I know it got to get done. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And then I know that once it's done, now because I got to work on my true life story. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Which
Hmm.
is going to be a longer project and a harder project.
That's what I'm about to say, yeah.
Yeah, but I want people to see this project
Hmm.
first, right?
Hmm.
And then what it do is it open up other opportunities for you.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So you really don't want to just jump into the next project.
Until you complete your first
Yeah,
one.
you know what I mean? Until
Yes.
you let people see what this one is about. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But I can guarantee you the face of a boss
Hmm.
it's gonna be something special. You
Okay.
know?
We're we're anticipating it. We're
Yeah.
looking good for that. And as far as some of the scenes, I don't want to do like a spoiler alert, but I saw that you shot some scenes in Gannon's ice cream.
Yes, yes.
How did you get that to how did you get the shoot in there? Like what was
I
the process
mean,
behind that?
it's just like you said, the key word,
Hmm.
right? Once Syracuse know you doing something good,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
They don't mind supporting you, right?
Hmm.
So what happened is most of the people don't read my story. Even if they don't know me, they don't read my story.
They heard about it, but
Whether
that's a
on
fact.
Syracuse.com, whatever, right?
Hmm.
So now people just so glad that I'm not back selling drugs.
All right.
I'm not back, you know what I
Being
mean?
a terrorist
Yeah,
to the
you see what I'm
community.
saying? So
Allegedly.
they rather help you, right,
Right.
to be successful
Hmm.
on this side of the fence. You
Correct.
know what I mean? And also, you know, seeing that in the movie,
Hmm.
it helps them too. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Because you know why? Who else probably filmed the scene there? Probably no.
Nobody.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm about to say.
See what I'm
Nobody
saying?
did.
So when you so what how I do and how Nike's think too,
Hmm.
we try to do things that nobody probably ever thought about when
To
they be
do.
filming their movies.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like and that's what we want. We want people to look at the movie and say, just like you said,
Yeah.
man, they is in there.
They're like, I
You
mean, that's
know?
a stickler. Mom and pop ice cream shop. Everybody goes to Gannon. It's like,
Yeah, you see what I'm
how'd you get
saying?
the film in there?
Hey,
Like, yeah.
they know about trust no one.
Yeah. And they know about trust no one.
Yeah,
Right.
so that was good, right?
Hmm.
And that just goes to show you too that if you have a good idea and you believe in yourself and you have confidence,
Hmm.
you'll be surprised who will work with you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You'll be surprised at how the doors will just keep opening up for you, and not just there, right? It's
Hmm.
other people that let us use their businesses,
Hmm.
and there's other people who said we can use it in the future. You know what I mean? So, even say just like Blue Star, right?
Yes.
Everybody know about Blue Star, right?
Hmm.
And
With their watered gas.
yeah,
I'm just playing, y'all. Play.
but they even welcome us to do a scene in there, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, they could have easily said, "Hey, we
Yeah, we
don't
don't.
want."
We're against it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying? But I think that shows too that you know people is willing to network and work together to make something um, good happen for everybody that's involved.
And that's a fact.
Yeah, and she might not tell y'all either. She's in the movie.
I was trying to hold that, but yes, your girl has a little part in there.
Yeah,
Yes, playing as myself, of course.
yeah,
But yeah.
and I can use that for example, Lamisha. You see how that go? She she did a scene in the movie, right?
Hmm.
And she did a nice scene. And here I am now on her podcast doing an interview. It just go to show you how things can start off one way and eventually,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Let's keep it real because I initially came to be an extra, like artist. Like, let me just expose myself to this, get myself in certain areas. And look, I got a part. I said, "Oh wow!"
Yeah.
I was so honored about it. So, yeah, that was really
and
dope.
and you made the scene. You and Maurice, y'all made the
Yes.
scene. kind of more like, you know what I mean?
Let's get it started. I'm
Yeah,
joking, but yeah.
so we appreciate even with that, having people in the movie, you have to appreciate it because you can't get no movie done without
The people, the
you see what I'm
cast,
saying?
for sure.
So you need the people.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't care if you have a good movie, a good script. You need people to complete the project. You know?
So, I mean, so in other words, you're just saying you need people, period, to make this thing of life
Yes,
go
yes,
around.
yes. A lot of times people think that you can do everything by yourself, right?
Hmm.
You could,
But it's
right?
going to
If you
be
want to be
really hard.
if you want to be the actor, you want to be this, or you want to be that, or this, you could, right?
Hmm.
But I like shining the light on you. I like shining the light on, you know, this person.
Correct.
I like the spotlight to be on this person, right?
Hmm.
Because now they feeling good about being a part of something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And you get collect more allies like that. So. I mean, not collect, dang, nobody's fixtures there. I'm just saying, you just a bigger rapport amongst people.
Yeah, yeah, you know, and then even with trust no one, right?
Hmm.
I try to give everybody a lot of like leeway to make the movie better, right? So when you watch Trust No One,
Hmm.
they're gonna get Lamisha, right? They're gonna get Fong, they're gonna get Summer Blue, they're
Hmm.
gonna get Marisha, right?
And shout out to all the ladies too. Hi,
Yeah.
y'all.
So that's what I want the movie to be, right?
Hmm.
I want people to really see these people, right? And
Hmm.
they traits and you know what I mean?
Yes, their
Like,
talent and
yeah,
everything.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So one of my me and Nakis always talked about how when we go do a scene, if you have an idea,
Hmm.
we want to hear your idea of how to make this scene better.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I think that was a plus. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because some people, I never been on no Tyler Perry set or no Spike Lee or none of them, but
Right.
you probably ain't gonna have too much leeway. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
saying anything, you do
You,
what you're told, and that's that.
you see what I'm saying? So
Facts.
even like you, when you did your scene, you see
Yeah.
how you said over here, let's do this. You
I
see
was
how?
just saying, yes. I was thank you for letting me have my way a little bit.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely. Yes.
So I think that was one of the big keys too of why I think the movie gonna be great. You know?
Yes, I think it's going to be huge. I
Yeah.
know the town is anticipating it.
Yeah.
Now, for the rollout, or what's the plans? Or is that too much tea? We can't give them that yet?
Nah.
No?
You'll get
No?
because like I tell people all the time too, right?
Hmm.
If you got a good movie and you got good ideas,
Hmm.
it's just like how many times you might have watched, let's say Paid in Full, right?
Hmm. Okay, that's one of my
You
favorites.
might have watched it over more than one time.
Yes.
So the second time you already knew what was gonna happen, but you still watched it
Yes.
because it's a
I'd be
good
shocked
movie.
every time, like, damn, that
Because it's a
happened.
good movie,
Right.
right?
Yes.
But one of my ideas is to have a like a more than a 1 day event. What I mean by that is
Hmm.
right. Just say if the weather was nice, right? I'm
Hmm.
just using for example.
Sure.
You could have a pool party, right? Right, 1 day.
Hmm.
You could have a dinner party 1 day,
Yes.
right? I want something leading up to the premiere. Then I want some of the artists that's on the soundtrack to perform
Yes, which is
at
dope.
the
Yes.
premiere.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I don't want it just to be a premiere and then everybody go home.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want it to be something that, people talking about, people anticipating,
Hmm.
people bringing their families and friends. You know what I mean? And people being part of this movement.
Right.
So that's the plan. You know what I
That
mean?
sounds like a good one to me. Right.
um, but like I say, if anybody got any ideas, or what type of events,
Hmm.
what I mean, more than welcome to share them. You know,
For sure.
but I want to be somewhere that I like doing things that people say, man, why I ain't think about that? You know,
Okay. A
you know what I mean?
pioneer. I get it. It's not wrong with it.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but we see how it go though.
Hmm.
But sometimes things don't go the way you want it. want it planned too. So
That's
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Now, as far as the Man Up clothing line, where can people get that?
Well, that's a good question, Amisha. There's a lady building my website up right now.
Mm-hmm.
We done met about 5 or 6 times. We meeting again Friday night. So I'm hoping my website be up in the next week or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people could be able to go on my website and buy some of the clothing, buy buy this
Which I'm gonna need one of those.
personal
It
one
come in
jacket.
different colors, by the way.
Yeah, you
I
know
need
what
a
I mean?
pink one.
So
Yes,
um
for
my
sure.
website should be up, TyroneHines.com, right?
Mm-hmm.
The books will be on there, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Some of the clips from the movies, some of the articles, some of the motivational speaking, but people could be able to go on my website, and that's one of the reasons why I had to get the website, because every time I do an interview,
Mm-hmm.
people ask where can they,
Where
you
can
know
they
what I
see it
mean?
at? Right.
In about a week or two, I should have some more books in stock too, because people, like I say,
Right.
the book is over almost 30 years old.
And it's still
Yeah,
relevant, and it's still everybody wants
yeah,
to get their hands on that book.
you know what I mean. So, but I got to make it available. You know what I
Right.
mean. And that's part of building the hype up for the movie. You know what I
Do you
mean.
plan on doing a book signing event?
Yes,
Perhaps.
yes, yes.
I
You
think
know
that'd
what
be
I mean.
dope.
So, book signing, everything. Like I say too, Lamisha, everything is coming together, right?
Right.
Because, like I say, when I step feet back on this side of the world,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't easy as you think, because everything moving so fast, and you got to get your life together. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But I didn't know that getting my life together
Mm-hmm.
and building all of this,
Mm-hmm.
you know, even though it's something special right now,
Right.
but yo, that's not easy, Lamisha. You know what I mean? Because some people looking at you thinking you're gonna fail,
Right.
thinking that every time you run into a roadblock, you're gonna go back the easy way out.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
But to do all these things and keep my life on this path and building it up,
Yes.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So everything, the book signing, the movie premiere, you know, just everything that I got going on,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a puzzle.
And
It's
the
starting to
pieces
come
are
together.
clicking,
Yeah,
y'all.
you know what I mean? So and it's fun. It's you
Right.
know, knowing that I done came out here and did this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm having more fun than I did. Now, people will tell you I had a lot of fun
I'm about to say.
back then, but believe it or not,
Right. It's just probably a easier, more lighthearted feel like I don't got nothing to worry about.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
No cops,
so
no nothing.
yeah, you know what I mean. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm having a lot of fun. You know
That's
what I mean.
good.
I'm having fun when people stop me. Hey, when the movie coming out?
Right.
Hey, you got booked. Hey, where can I get that jacket? You
Right.
know what I mean. It's fun to hear that, because a lot of people watching you,
Yes.
a lot of people rooting for you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people appreciate me being good.
Yes, because they know what will come with.
Because there's some people,
Syracuse already on the map for stuff.
yeah,
You
but
don't need it
Lamisha,
again.
sometimes it's people that, like, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna let that slide, because
Okay.
they just don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
But
does that keep you humbled? Like, okay, like I know I could like turn into a beast, you
nah,
guys.
what keep
Like,
me
what do
humble
you
is
do?
thinking about those lockdowns and those bag lunches, and just being
Yes.
out here doing interviews, being around my family.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Those type of stuff. Just breathing this air on the other side of the wall. All that type of stuff keep me humble. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Um, like I say, being able to, just come down here, being able to get on the phone, a lot of that type of stuff keep me humble. Being able to watch TV without people hollering all in
Right.
your ear. So a lot of that stuff keep me humble.
That's really wonderful to know, and I'm glad that you're navigating like out and then showing others that it can happen. You can do it too. So that's really positive. Before I let you go, Tyrone, just in case you didn't hear his social media handles, could you shout them out? If they're trying to look for you, how can they get in contact with you,
They can hit me up on my Facebook page, Tyrone Hines, and like I say, my My website will be up probably a week or two. TyroneHines.com. Um, you can easily find me. Or
Mm-hmm.
like somebody once told me in prison, man, you so well known, we could call the wrong number in Syracuse to get in touch with you. So you always get called the wrong number.
Exactly. You'll still
Nah,
get
that's
Tyrone.
just something to be. Nah, that's just something to make me
uh,
laugh.
yes. Well, no, it's true.
Yeah.
So, but this has been a wonderful conversation. Definitely thank you. I appreciate you for coming to tap in with a touch of Lotus this evening. And you guys, we're gonna close out tonight. Once again, I'm your host, La. This is Tyrone Hines. He is the owner of Man Up and also the producer and creator of Trust No One movie. That'll be in theaters soon. We're saying theaters because that's where it's gonna be, okay? But other than that, good night.